Diaries day 314, and today I'm finally going to fix the button on these shorts. And we're starting off by pulling out a needle and picking out the old thread that's still there from about a month ago. Yeah, it was Diaries 281 when I got the new carpet, where it was this button just randomly fell off my shorts. My pants were feeling really heavy, carrying all that junk in my pockets, and when I took my shorts off, the button came off. I have no button on my shorts. Fortunately, it was about 200 odd days ago when I bought some needle and some cheap polyester thread from the warehouse in order to fix up the leg on my youngest daughter's soft toy, on her Flopsy. So I kept those needles, I kept that thread in case I needed it again, and now here I am with the white thread because it was stitched on with a white thread, threading one of those needles. So before I got started, I went on YouTube and watched half an hour videos, different people stitching buttons different ways. Apparently people have different opinions on how to do this. But overall it looked easy enough. So when I had the right idea, I got started and now here I am trying to put the button on. But I pretty quickly discovered I ran into a wall. I didn't know how to knot it. How to even get started for that matter. Okay, so I'm still confused. I think I need to make a knot first before I put the button on. So I can pull it through, pull the thread through the pant shorts. Hold on a minute. Pass it back through maybe? Pass it back through. Thread the needle through the loop. Yep, that's created a knot. Yep, okay. I think I can get the button on now. Let's try it. So to try and simplify what I've just done, I took the thread, folded it in half, thread it through the eye of the needle and pulled it through right till the needle was right at the end that was not folded. I then took that thread, pushed it through the shorts, popped it back out the other side and then up through the folded end. Hopefully my diagrams help. But now that there's a knot created, all I can do is just push the needle back through the shorts, through one of the holes in the button, and then out through a different hole in the button. And I'm just going to loop that around about 3 times to get it nice and tight. Then I'm going to come back through and loop it around the other 2 holes of the button. So now we're covering all 4, and then again do that another 3 times to make sure it's tight. Alright, so button is on. That has taken me about 15 minutes, I think. Probably would have taken longer if I knew what I was doing the first time, but now I have to... It would have taken less time, Daniel. Less time if you knew what you were doing the first time. Now I have to knot it. And I don't know how to do that. It's funny because this whole thing was inspired by the fact that when my button first came off, I messaged my friend being like, oh my god, my button fell off my shorts. And he was like, oh, well, that's an easy enough fix. And it was like, is it? Apparently he's done it a few times before. And then of course I watch those YouTube videos and they look easy, but then as soon as I'm doing it, it feels like the most complex puzzle in the world. I did figure it out though. All I had to do was wrap the needle around the thread on the underside of the button, and as you make that loose loop around, you'll see there's another loop. I can already feel that I'm explaining this poorly, but I'm just making a circle, pushing the needle through the loop, and that creates a knot, and I just did that 3 times. So at this point I'm thinking I go back through and then just kind of snip the ends off. Wouldn't it just fall off? How about I just quickly tie a knot in this one? So with the loose threads I just tied a quick and easy shoelace knot, whatever you call it. 2 threads tied together, tightened it up, and then snipped off the loose ends. And then with the remaining thread, which was still attached to the needle, I went back through to the other side, tucked it under the stitches I'd already made, and then I just snipped it off and called it a day. I did it! They're on, look, button! I think that'll hold. We'll find out in a few months if it will actually hold. But yeah, it's done. There's a button on there. I did it. I put a button on my shorts. Domestic goddess. That's it for today, and I will catch you on the flip side.